system of Uganda?
Currently not.
Currently not. Very good, because my next question is your thoughts on the current education system of Uganda and whether you think it fuels or waters down the concept of passion-driven learning.
The way the system runs today, it isn't helping anyone. Anyone as in the system of the curriculum to get his talents and desired fueled. It actually is dampening, and I don't know what it's doing, but the reverse of what a child should get in life. First of all, the times the children wake up, right from when they're very young, are unearthly. In school, they're overworked. At home, no time for being a child. They have homework. I remember when mine were young, I would even reach at 10 and simply sign off the homework and send them to bed. There is no encouragement for any child in the system today to go into the direction they want to go. It isn't there. And it isn't even giving them chance to think on their own or even to develop any thinking capacity later on in life. And I guess that's why we're getting many unemployed youths today, because they were not taught how to. They were not taught how to read on their own. They were not taught how to enjoy novels and the like. And they were not channeled anywhere apart from work, exam, what are your results? You haven't got it, work, or punishable something.
So how long have you been a teacher?
I've been a teacher for 34 years.
34 years. Have you had a personal encounter or a one-on-one with a student who maybe has opened up about a passion or something that they wanted to pursue but they were in school?
During these many years of teaching, I've come across many students who have been struggling because of mathematics, maybe geography or English itself, but then they are stuck in there. And some have voiced their desires to do other things. You would ask and they say, no, I want to be a footballer, I want to be a musician, but their parents, leave alone the teachers, cannot hear of it. Those are considered, at least for the performing arts, they've started coming up. But for a long time, they've been considered losers' channels out of the education system. And unfortunately, some have dropped off and have not fared well in life because of the attitude of the society at large. It's not only in school, but even the parents have also been taught in the same system, so they have the same way of thinking. A child must become a doctor or a nurse or an officer or an office worker or a lawyer or something like that, which we were given by the whites when they were still colonizing us. It hasn't changed, incidentally. It hasn't changed.
So let me pick your mind as a parent. I want you to share with us, as you are raising your children, do you believe, or is it your opinion that you feel they followed their passions, and what role you had to play in them following their passions? And then what message you have for parents and guardians who have kids who want to venture out here, like what state of mind do they need to be in as a parent to see that they encourage their children to go after something that they're passionate about?
My perspective starts with my experience as a child.
Yes.
I was not allowed to do what I wanted. I was dictated to by my father, by my brother, by everyone around. You have to do this because of that. You have to do this because of that. So when it came to my children, I went back and I remembered how I felt. So when a child of mine said, "Mommy, I want to take this route. I did whatever I could, up to borrowing, to see that the child gets what they want. I always wanted them to get what they wanted because I knew how it hurts. Even if someone said, "Mommy, now I'm in this school, now I want to change because this is not the course of life I want," I listened. Basically because of a personal experience of regrets, which reach far into old age. Yep.
So did you follow your passion in life?
I tried to follow my passion later on in life. I'm a people's person. I want to help people, much as I was a very shy girl. So I funded myself later on and I went back for a social scientists course at the university, which has really helped me. I haven't got a job as a social worker, but it has helped me in my day-to-day dealings. In class, I have a different perspective. I deal with students differently to the extent that other teachers don't understand me. And right now, life quests never cease. I'm still running after dreams that are yet to be brought into reality. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for the other parents, or let me say if someone is watching this and they're a parent, and what do you have for them in regards to their children? Because you've shared your experience with your kids. Now I want parents who are watching this concept of passion-driven learning, like what leaf can they pull in order to help guide their kids down the right path?
They need, or you need, if you're a parent, to look at where your child's strongest point in life is, where the child's passion is. Try to develop the child into that area, much as the child needs all these other things later on to enhance this, but try to take this on without really having struggles with the child, friction with the child against what their desires are, because then I believe that is where they are naturally endowed. Yeah, and in putting into regard that our education system has not yet come to dealing with that in school, a parent could help to boost the child's need. Because for some of these children, I studied with children who couldn't do mathematics. But now they are very good tailors, seamstresses. They are doing lovely stuff, sewing for big dignitaries. But in school, they were branded dull, always at the bottom of the class. We are all different. I might be good at the language. Someone else is good at jangling and doing jinx with stuff like wares and whatever. And someone else baking, another one sports. Let everyone's side of, how do you call it, expertise, natural expertise be developed. Because later on, that person will become an expert in that area if allowed to.
Lastly, you spoke about the education system of Uganda. I think I won't ask about the theoretical part because we talk so much, but I want to find out what practical steps you think, as a teacher who has been in the system for 34 years, what practical steps maybe the relevant authorities or the government can take to create an education system that facilitates the concept of passion-driven learning.
For Ugandan curricula to be changed by the government or by those concerned, I believe they should start from the beginning. Let them expose the children to everything. And let them give children more time to play. Playtime is an explorative period where a child's development runs faster. And during that time, the children can be watched to see where they're good at. watched silently, and then later on, for each child, let whatever they're best at be taken on at a faster rate than elsewhere. And the system could, I wonder whether it is, I'm speaking within this century or the next 2 centuries, but the system could change even the class timetabling order for different ages, different children in the same class at the same time. The period, they can decide that now this beginning period is for languages. And every child will go to their levels, whether you are 13, 18, 1 year old, provided you are good and at that level. You are all packed into the same class for that level. If it is mathematics and you were good at English, you were at the top, then you come to the middle class because your mathematical level is at that stage. I think that will help us in a very, very practical way. And the children need more rest. They need more play. The more play they get, the more their brains wake up. If you work all the time, I remember there was a time we got a new headmaster who made us work the whole year round, and the children got mental fatigue. The teachers got mental fatigue to an extent that we had to sit. And the children would beg us, please, madam, don't teach. Let's just talk. But as the children are speaking, you are also inside saying, if you only knew. I also wanted to just sit. So you simply talk away about issues, life, health, and whatever issues. So if you don't get rest from this studious kind of practical work, which is in Uganda, instead of developing and becoming better, you go down, and the brain ceases to function well. So the education system could look into all that. Let the holidays be longer, and these waking ups, unearthly waking ups at 5, 4, then the school shuttles drop the kids at 6 at school. Why? At the end of the day, we don't see the benefits. You reach university, and even the best student there, if very good, has been out of Uganda for some time. But if the child has been in Uganda full time, either that child reads a lot, at home they've taught them to read a lot so the mind is wider, or the child has skipped stages and has cheated somewhere and is there and doesn't know what to do next.
So we basically have an education system that is failing and is producing citizens who are not equipped with any survival skills whatsoever and are placed in employment that they are not passionate about. So,
as we stand today, the Ugandan system is producing, how can I say it, forcefully putting children who haven't been taught any life skills out on the platform of work. They simply have to grapple through life to find out at a very late stage that now what can I do? I've learned this course, I can't get any jobs, and even when given a job, I don't know what to do. Much as I have a degree, what next? So we need to look at the practical bit of every department in life. Leave alone the ones already in the education sector, but even these outside. Compound cleaning. A child might be good at that. Housekeeping. Cooking. There are many, painting, singing, dancing, just talking. Someone might be good at talking. How do you develop that talker into earning through talk? Yes, someone might be funny. I'm glad that people like Salvador, who are already earning out of their being funny, those have been dropped into the world and they thought out of the box. Actually, the system should be equipping children to think out of the box right in school and not wait to be told what to do, now what next, now what next. To the extent that a child or a house help will come home, you teach him how to do or her how to do the work, and next time he comes, now what should be the menu tomorrow? can't think out of the box to prepare the next menus because it is not in the system, education system. And it is not even at home because even the parents today were in that system. So they too are sufferers. Yes.
Thank you so much. It's made a lot of sense. I think that was the last question. Yes.